Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. I'm here in Detroit with Nick Sitarski, which I really focused on. Am I close?
That's right. It's
yes.
Sitarski.
All right.
Good job, Tim.
But you have like some sort of $20 title with Toyota that I can't quite. Advanced systems.
Yeah, integrated vehicle systems. We work on automated driving and assist systems.
So, and you're like the head guy. So you know a few things about the system.
Yeah, I know a few things.
Okay.
You could say that. I hope so.
We're in a brand new Lexus RX, and we're going to show a few features in this that you probably don't know exist, because I didn't know exist, and I'm betting money you didn't either. So if you happen to use one of the RXs, or in future models, you may see this come up in different Lexus and Toyota models as it gets going through the lineup. So we're going to talk about three things today, right? So.
Yep, we're going to talk about proactive driver assist, which includes deceleration assist, steering assist, and marketing is going to kill me. Another system that'll help move you over in your lane to avoid obstacles.
Steering assist or something or other. Yeah. It's a cool thing. So we'll try to demo it the best we can. There's some challenges we have, a little bit of time constraint, and yeah, so we'll do the best we can with that. We'll walk you through the system, so if you're buying one of these vehicles, you know what you're looking for, and we'll try to put it into common speak. Yeah,
we'll do our best.
We'll do our best. So let's go ahead and get going on the rest of this video. All right, Nick, what do we have going on here?
Well, since we're together, I thought I would show you, talk about the proactive driving assist, which is 3 features on our TSS3 vehicles.
Okay.
And let me just go down here to our driver assist and driver support. And if you look at the proactive driver assist, there's 3 items. The steering assist will give you a little bit of extra steering power going through some turns if you need it to make it a little more comfortable. The deceleration assist is something we worked on quite a bit here in Michigan. And what that will do, if you, I like to almost describe it as like a pre-brake. So if you're going through some turns where maybe you need to scrub some speed, you take your foot off the gas pedal and move it over to the brake, it'll add a little braking for you before you even hit the brake pedal. In a lot of cases, you may not even need to hit the brake pedal at that point to scrub the speed. It'll kind of do it. It almost feels like regenerative braking for a hybrid vehicle, but a little bit smoother. It'll also, if you're coming up on slower traffic and there's a big speed delta, again, when you take your foot off of the gas pedal, it'll start to slow down a little bit before your foot gets onto the brake pedal. But it's done in a way where you may not even notice it. It's really kind of like something that's supposed to be done in the background, it's not like a PCS where it's an emergency thing. It's there to make your driving a little bit easier, reduce that time that it takes to get from your foot from the gas pedal to the brake pedal to start slowing down. And then the obstacle anticipation assist, what this will do is, if there's a person or bicycle kind of on the side of the road ahead of you, this will kind of just gently move you over a little bit into your lane to give a little bit more room. It's not going to leave your lane. It's not like an emergency evasive maneuver where, it's going to swerve or anything like that. It's meant to just be this very, subtle, gentle move you over a little bit. So we'll go try to find a place to at least show the deceleration assist, the steering assist, and the obstacle anticipation. That's a little bit more unpredictable, but
right, hard
we'll find a place and we'll try to drive, and I can show you with and without the deceleration assist and see what you think.
Okay, sounds good.
So what I'll try to show you here, Tim, and I got to do this safely because we are on a road, but if I'm coming up on a car quickly, I take my foot off the gas and you can see those red indicators. That means there's being a little bit of brake being applied, but I'm not actually hitting the brake pedal. And what that's doing, that's doing is that's slowing your car down just enough to where you don't have to hit the brake pedal quite as hard when you do hit the brake pedal. It's very subtle, but it's just enough so you don't have to, kind of slam on the brake.
Right, and that's deceleration assist.
That's the deceleration assist. And so that works when you're coming on preceding traffic, or in some cases if you're coming up to like a little bit of a higher G turn. Think of it like a windy country road,
right,
where I'm coming up to the road and I probably need to slow down a little bit because I'm coming into a curve. Right here just did it, even though this is a very gentle curve. I'll do it again here. and see. I don't know if this is because of the car or the curb, but I come up here and you can see
it turned on there.
And I think you can tell me. I have it on the high setting right now. There's different settings, but I don't think you could feel like a jerky. I mean, if I didn't tell you it was doing that, I don't think you would even necessarily know.
I think you could set that up at a delership and somebody would buy this vehicle and never even know it existed. It was an option in the screens.
And that's kind of the intention of a lot of our systems is we want them to work with the driver, and almost they don't even know what's happening, but the reality is there is something going on in the background to improve their safety, improve their driver comfort.
Yep. So that's that. And so somebody's biking right through here. So somebody's riding a bicycle. Yep. We have the steering assist would actually move us over, not leave the lane, but moves over a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what that one does.
What I'll say is, I'll preface that with, please don't intentionally try this, but yeah, what'll happen is if you have under the right conditions, if there's a person or a bike or something close to the lane ahead of you, it might just move you over ever so slightly, just to give a little bit of extra room between your car or the mirror.
Because you may be driving along, not even paying attention, and sideswipe somebody on a bicycle. Unfortunately, and that's not what you want to do.
Yeah, unfortunately that does happen, and definitely we don't want to do that.
Right.
And again, the key point for a lot of these features, these aren't meant to say like don't pay attention to what you're doing, you can just drive down the road, but it is there to provide a little bit of extra oversight of what's going on to try to help improve your comfort, improve safety, not just for you, but people walking around the road or cycling, et cetera, et cetera.
No, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of times somebody will be crossing the street or somebody will walk in the lot, you don't even see them. I have had situations where I've used some really reactive stuff that I would rather not have done.
Yeah, and we still have like the proactive driving assist. We've always had our pre-collision assist, but that's like you're not paying attention and it's an imminent accident and you're slamming on the brakes. And these systems are like before that, right? So like let's not even
get to that point.
Let's try to help you not get to that point the best we can.
I did test out the pre-collision system one time.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Intentionally? Or?
I then pulled over and changed my underwear.
Yeah.
that was a whoopsie on my part. I know I was driving the Tundra back when I bought it.
Oh, did you?
And I was driving through Dallas or someplace trying to find food, and I was doing the thing, and I was in a corner, and I didn't see the car and let the brakes on.
It's unfortunate, but there's about 40,000 people who die in the country every year from a traffic death, and I can't remember the exact number, but the pre-collision system is like a reduction of like 40-50%. Like it's really big reduction in fatalities, rear-end collisions, and everything's taken down. So like you move from a fatality to a bad injury to a minor injury to no injury, but. Yeah, depending on what study we look at, I mean, you're talking double-digit reductions in rear-end collisions since PCS has been launched. So it's
it works. Yeah, I mean, it worked for me. I was like I said, I was in Dallas. I was not in my normal surroundings. I was driving interstate, trying to exit, trying to see what I'm going to eat. I was starving. Just a combination of factors. And in the corner, somebody hit their brakes and was 20 miles an hour less than I was doing, and everything lit up, and I stopped.
Well, the reality is, like, even if the car doesn't come to a full stop, if you can, reduce your speed, hitting someone at 20 miles an hour versus, 45 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, every mile an hour you reduce is reducing the impact.
So that's traffic jam assist. So we're in a traffic jam.
Yep. So what traffic jam assist is, Tim, is below, and I don't have the exact speed, but it's around 25 or 30 miles per hour. You can be hands-free. You have a driver monitor camera, so you need to stay on the road. And what this does is this gives the ability in a traffic jam situation on a freeway to be hands-free for a system that's relatively low cost and not a big kind of expensive upgrade to get the hands-free. So yeah, it's just another feature that you can get as part of your RX, and
and it's keeping the distance between us and the vehicle, and keeping so we're not like getting too close, we're not getting too far, and your hands are off, so you could.
Yep.
Right. So the stress level.
Yeah, and low speed, high density traffic is an area where you know, hands-free is a good option or a good time to use it. Now, when we're going to merge or coming up, you know, you do need to take over and use your hand. So it's meant for kind of low speed traffic jams. Stay in your lane, kind of just drive straight. But we do require the driver to still pay attention, and there's a camera to monitor that they're looking at the road. So
yeah, I mean, in Nebraska, traffic jams for us are tractors, so we don't really deal with them very much. But I imagine I've seen enough big city stuff that people lose their cool in traffic jams, and then you start getting some dangerous situations, cutting and doing all stuff going on.
Yeah, exactly. And we do a lot of testing all over the country, and you know, the high speed, no cars around, or the low speed, heavy congested traffic, at least for me personally, is I found kind of the best use case for your lane centering. That kind of high speed, you know, 70 miles an hour, but still pretty heavy traffic is maybe the areas where I'd prefer to have my hands a little closer to the wheel. That semi-truck didn't like the person behind.
No,
so it's not going.
That semi-truck needs traffic jam assist.
Yeah, that's right. So does the car. But yeah, driving like this, hands off, eyes on the road, just makes it a little bit more relaxing if you're driving a heavy traffic area every day. So yeah, just another car, another system, hands-free.
And there you go. There's your bonus feature we didn't think we'd talk about, but we happened to run into a traffic jam.
Yeah, it's
the one time in our lives we're like, hey, yeah, great,
want a traffic jam. Maybe I should tell everyone I planned this just for you, Tim. Would you buy that?
No.
I wish I could do that. Would never plan a traffic jam.
Unless it's a sea of Toyotas and Lexuses. That's the only way I'd buy that one.
That would be pretty amazing if I could pull that off on short notice.
Okay, so we just showed you a bunch of features, plus the bonus one on traffic jam assist, which came up because he called a bunch of people and orchestrated a traffic jam. So I just have some final questions for you. Always going to come up with comments. You know, what happens when it's snowy out and icy and you can't see the lane lines, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, with all of the assist features, they're SAE level 2 systems, which means that they're an assist feature and the conditions need to be right. So certainly, you know, just like you, if you can't see with your eyes, you know, you can't do whatever. So all the sensors need to be able to see and do things right.
And then be clean, the cars will be clean. Yeah, so I mean, but we're still, would you agree, we're still kind of in early days of this stuff, in that it'll probably get better as technology improves, but right now this is kind of early times.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I was just talking to one of my colleagues today about our first lane centering system on the LS, what we were developing like 2017, 18, till we actually took this out on a test drive today. And the difference is huge, and I think the whole industry is going that way. So, you know, our goal is really 0 fatalities and, you know, a nice, pleasurable experience for people. And, you know, we're taking steps, and each system's getting a little bit better and a little bit better, and add a feature here, add a function there, and, you know, just keep making progress.
Interesting. Well, it's good stuff. And like I said, you probably didn't know those existed, because I didn't know they existed. This is my job.
Yeah.
So I failed.
Well, hopefully one day we can get you a car and you can spend a little bit more time playing around with them yourself.
Yeah. No, I kind of like it with you driving, though, because then he knows what's going on, not me. Hey, for more videos, check them out over here. Website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. We will see you down the road.